Hey guys, welcome to the blog channel, or Austin D Vlogs. If this is your first time being here, hi. As you can tell, this channel isn't exactly done much yet. It's something I'm trying to get started, but it's obviously not going to be a focus. Like I said in the first video on this channel, the hi or whatever I put as the title, um, this channel is mainly more for serious conversations, a bit more stuff that's more personal to me, whatever that may mean. And today we actually have something really personal, which is, of course, moving my residence. Of course, I'm not going to give out like my addresses or anything like that, but I do want to use this video to kind of talk about why I've been gone so long, because it's been a year since my last upload. At least my last full upload. I've uploaded a couple of shorts in between, but why it's been so long since my last upload, where I've been, what's been going on with me, and then hopefully from there we can just kind of get into the weeds, as it were. For those that may be curious, if you have watched my content before, where are they? I do still wear glasses. I'm just not wearing them for video purposes because they reflect everything on the camera and on my computer screen, and it just makes it hard. And also, other reasons. We'll put it that way. Anti-doxing reasons, because my windows are right behind my computer. Because I figured this would be the best setup for recording and stuff. So that is the first thing. Is I am planning on getting into more content. I do have video ideas finally. I actually have a script finished now. I just got to actually record it, which is always a struggle. And that, for me personally, I've never understood why, honestly, because I guess that can be its own video. I don't necessarily need to go into that here, but let's try and stay on topic. Moving, and where I've been. So I have a little notepad here with notes I took just to have something to reference. Because if I try doing this from my brain, I'm gonna lose 90% of the information that I actually wanted to tell. So, but yeah, so this started in April 2024 was when I uploaded my last video, and basically almost immediately after I uploaded that video, like a couple weeks after, maybe a month. I'm being generous there though, because I don't remember the exact timing. I got evicted from my old place, unfortunately. And it was the same reasons as it was the first time it happened, which was not paying rent. This time I'd put it in quotes because I was paying rent. I wasn't paying it on time, but I was paying it each and every month. But basically, what ended up happening was I was paying it in the middle to end of the month and not by the first, which is the, of course, normal due date. And basically, I guess they just got sick of it because one day I came home from work and they had stuck a note to my door saying that I either had to pay up or pack, like pay up within 3 days or pack. I didn't have the money and I wouldn't be paid within 3 days. So I had to pack. And once again, I moved in with my mom and who, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to call her boyfriend. Basically, and so in ending of April into May, it was just kind of getting settled over there, figuring out how things were going to work. I was sleeping on their couch for the first bit. It was just kind of my stuff in a corner, which is more than I deserved, honestly, for having to spring it on them. I had only just started reconnecting with them, and part of the reason I had to reconnect with them was encouragement from my girlfriend because I was facing money issues, and that was a possible way out. Plus, I did miss them because for those that don't know, because I don't even know if I've ever actually said it on this channel or the previous channel. I might have, but in case I have, I cut out my parents for a couple years, because I thought that's what I wanted. I thought that was what I needed, and maybe it was. Maybe I needed the time to be on my own and think about stuff and discover myself. Um, but yeah, ever since I did it, I kind of felt it was a mistake. And so I've been kind of looking for a reason to go back because I kind of felt awkward actually initiating that conversation. And so the money struggles are just kind of the vehicle I use to enable my communication with them. And then of course I felt bad doing it, so I wasn't fully honest with how bad the situation actually was with them. And that's what led to the eviction. And so now I had to spring this on them, so I felt really bad. It was more than I deserved. My parent, especially my mother, so amazingly generous with everything I've been through and everything she's been through and everything I put her through. But yeah, so that brings me to April and May, which is, of course, getting settled into their place. I was sleeping on the couch, which I was fine with. Because, like I said, it's more than I. Blake's still here. She needed to make that clear. Maybe she could tell I was being emotional. But yeah, so April and May, we were getting settled, or I was getting settled. Me and Blake were getting settled in their place. I was sleeping on the couch, which I was fine with personally, because like I said, I felt like that was more than I deserved already. So I was more than fine with that. And then after that, like a month after I moved in there, I'd gotten everything like semi settled again, and then it was time to start. Uh, and I was going to actually start continue making content there, so I could hopefully at least work on something while I was at their place. But then I immediately got sick for a month. At first, it was one of those things where we let it pass for a week, and then a week turned into 2 weeks, into 3 weeks, into a month, and then I finally went to go see a ding dang doctor. And seeing the doctor was I can't remember what I had then because it was a year ago. But yeah, basically I went to go see the doctor. It was some kind of disease. I got treatment for it. I got an antibiotic, I think. And are you okay, Blake? But yeah, no, so I got treatment for it. You're gonna fall off, kid. So I got treatment for that disease after a month. And so I basically spent my first actual month living there, settled, being sick. And then after that, it was my mom again felt bad because we basically worked opposite shifts. Because if you don't know, I work as a janitor at a hospital. And so I work the evening shift. And then my mom worked the morning shift at her work. So we basically had opposite schedules, and she thought that she was waking me up and stuff. So she decided, just to make it easier, that I would get the bedroom that they had. And in turn, Blake, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't have you messing up the keyboard and stuff, okay? But basically, it was decided that I would get the bedroom. Well, and Blake's gone. It was decided that I would get the bedroom. They would sleep in effectively the living room. I think, if I remember right, I slept on the floor. Maybe I had a bed at that point. I can't remember. But effectively, that's what happened. And then eventually they got a bed, or a more proper bed, or whatever. One of us got a bed. We got new furniture at some point for their place to accommodate our new arrangement. And so moving all of that around was around July to August. And then at that point, it was just a matter of I was still working, so I was just trying to save up to get my own place again. And so, saved up for a few months, did things to help return the favor to them because I was paying them rent the entire time. And then I took over paying for their internet because of what I want to do, and even beyond doing YouTube and stuff, I do tend to use the internet a lot just for my entertainment purposes because I watch a lot of YouTube and all that. So we just decided that I would pay internet, and then I also paid a portion of their rent to kind of make up for the fact that I was staying there. And then after that, in about August, so throughout August, September, and October, I was just kind of saving up, trying to, and also trying to make it up to them, getting stuff for them to kind of try and show them I was appreciating what they were doing for me. Um, yeah, and then the holidays happened, November through January, which I'm not going to talk about because even for this channel, that's a little bit too personal and just honestly not worth going into. So we're just going to kind of skip over that. The main highlights you need to know is that for a while it was looking like I might try and get a new place with me and my mom. And so we were looking for a new place to potentially get together. And then those plans kind of fell through because we decided to wait and see how certain things happened. So yeah. And then after that, we move on to, in the timeline, we move on to February, where I tried to, because my mom also lives in an apartment complex. And so I had gotten to know some of the neighbors, and so we just decided, why not try and get a place there? And so I tried, and they rejected me because of course, my prior evictions. That was at that point just about a year, just under a year old. And so I was rejected for that apartment. And so then I tried to get a second apartment in the next month in March, and I I got it. I officially moved into here end of April, and so the entire month of April was just me preparing to move, getting all the documents figured out, getting all the money figured out, figuring out how I was going to move everything, when I was moving everything, packing things up, all the typical things you'd associate with moving. And yeah, like I said, end of April, it all closed out with me finally moving. I feel like I have a burp stuck. Like child. Okay. But yeah, so, and now we're here. Now we're in this new place, and I personally love it. I think it's great. It's not a lot because literally in this video, what you see is what you get. It is just a studio, but it's more than enough for me and Blake to kind of do our thing, be happy, whatever. And then, yeah. So, because like literally that's my kitchen behind me. And then the hallway over there has the bathroom and then the front door. So you are not missing out on anything except for what's on that side of the room. And that is literally just the couch I'm sleeping on. Because I've decided I'd rather have a convertible couch instead of a bed, just because of it being a studio space, because of it being whatever. So yeah, that catches you guys up to speed on kind of what's been happening with me, what is happening with me. And as for this channel, yeah, as you heard in the short, if you guys saw the short on this channel, I got sick again. And so that sickness actually left me almost voiceless. I literally couldn't speak in general, let alone the kind of speaking I have to do for videos. Surprise. So yeah, I just decided to try and help myself get better, not record anything. And so now and then of course, right after I was done being sick, we pretty much sprung right into moving mode. So yeah, that's pretty much the catch up. I moved. Um, yeah, no, I think that's it. Uh, oh, Matt, let me know what kind of things you guys want me to cover here. Um, like I said, I want to cover more personal topics, serious topics, but I'm also not the deepest person in the world. There's not exactly a lot of things for me to openly discuss, at least not yet. And I mean, I'm going to discuss certain things at, eventually, but let me know. Do you guys want me to cover drama, certain drama that's been dropping? Do you guys want me to cover just random topics that I don't cover on the other channel, or maybe lesser topics that don't necessarily need a fully edited experience of a video? But yeah, so let me know how you're feeling about that, what you want me to upload here, what you want me to talk about here. But I think for the most part, like I said, for now, it's just going to be personal stuff, my personal journey, maybe fun tidbits along the way. We'll see. We'll kind of see what happens. But like I said, I want this to kind of be a channel where I can just kind of throw things up, not necessarily put a lot of work into it. And yeah. So with that, I will talk to you guys next time.